everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are in a very important place that has been a big inspiration for me like all my life. I've arrived yesterday. We're in New York City, which is so exciting for me. We're going to be making clothing on the go. I've been invited out by a company that I'm going to talk to you guys about a little bit later. To briefly explain everything, I am making a piece of clothing on the go in New York City, and I want to take you on that journey. If you've not watched this before and seen what I'm doing here, basically I source all the fabrics here in the city that I am making the piece of clothing in. So let's go find some fabric shops. This shop literally has everything. So we've just walked into this button shop and they literally have everything, all these different decorative rivets and stuff like that. So I'm just making a little pick and mix in my hand, and then I'm gonna buy all the rivets and sort of stuff for the jacket that we're gonna make. For a first shop that we've been in, that Botani button shop was really cool. It was like bigger than 4 of the fabric shops back at home put together, which is insane. I guess we're in the big city. Let's look around for the inside lining and some more zippers. I'm gonna hit up the next few shops and hopefully we can find the perfect stuff. So I think this right here, you'll see later when I showcase the fabric that this has a big part on what I'm doing. So I think I'm gonna get a few of these. Maybe I should just get like 1 or 2. It's like these gilded sort of buckles, but there's a lot of like gilded elements to the painting that I'm using and going to translate into the jacket, so I think something like this would work perfectly. Look, they've got these cheap sort of plastic lobster clasps, but I've got the real ones I'm going to put on this jacket. What is that? The jet lag is hitting hard today. I'm very tired and so is Sam, but we're going to trudge through this and get all of this done and try and enjoy New York to the best of our ability. These zips are so cool. The jacket is like this sort of fiery Renaissance image. It's got a lot of like dark tones, but then it's also got like some like sort of volcano-y sort of eruption tones. So I think something like this would be perfect. Then also something jet black would be cool. So maybe depending on the price I get both, and then we go from there. And we must not forget, just found the zipper. I got some fabric chalk and the most important thing, which was the sewing machine needles, because I've come all the way to New York City and I don't have any sewing machine needles. So now we're sort of at the stage where I can get the lining and then we're pretty much ready to start constructing this jacket. The shape of the jacket that I've got planned is so nice. I've got like some real nice clasps, not the fake ones that I showed you. It's the next day, and pretty much yesterday we sourced a bunch of hardware zippers and little bits like that. Today we're here for what we came to New York to do, and that is be in an event with a brand called Nouns. And I'm not going to explain the brand very well, so I'm actually going to get them to explain it to you. And essentially they've opened this like art gallery up in Brooklyn where we are right now, and we're essentially just like setting up. Tomorrow I've got a little sewing workshop where I've got a bunch of you guys involved. I'm gonna finish this jacket in New York, and I'm also gonna do a little sewing workshop for my pattern. So I'm gonna show you where we are right now. From there we'll do some cool shit. So there's not a lot of space in here, but we've just set our sewing machines back to back, me and Lucas, and basically we're going to try and sew some garments, and he's got one of my patterns. We work on it together, and there's not too much space. Tomorrow we're going to do a proper little sewing workshop, but for now we've just got a little mini Starbucks table, and we're gonna make some clothes. So yeah. Pretty much we're at the stage of the video where I'm going to talk about the fabric. Before I talk about the fabric, I'm going to get someone here that can explain Nouns as a company a little bit better than I can to explain what's going on here.
Nouns is a community that funds ideas. We're here at House of Nouns, which is a building full of different ideas, from fashion to hand-drawn art to gamers playing Smash Bros. A whole bunch of fun stuff happening. And we're here in person together, celebrating our culture and, you know, enjoying the vibes.
So how did the glasses come into it?
The glasses are the Nike swoosh of Nouns. You know, everyone recognizes them. If you're wearing them or have them or rep them in your art, it's kind of signaling to that community that you're part of that vibe. And Nouns is completely CC0 art, Creative Commons 0 license, meaning anybody can use the art how they want. Artists are totally welcome to riff on it and create with it and use it as a tool in what they produce.
Amazing. I hope that sort of explained everything a little bit clearer. For the glasses, I've sort of integrated that sort of gilded, rough cut sort of Renaissance style into them. And this fabric right here is one of my favourite pieces of art. It is a depiction of the Vesuvius volcano in Pompeii, close to where we were a few videos back in Naples, erupting, and it's sort of like a depiction of the chaos sort of unraveling in the city of Pompeii. So I've added all the glasses, the gilded glasses, to the people to sort of represent and collaborate between Rough Cut and House of Nouns, or Nouns. And I've added some New York buildings in the background, like such a play on that sort of history meets fashion, and then also that sort of like futuristic sunglasses, like digital world that Nouns lives in. So let's get to cutting the fabric and get this shape. I'll never get used to cutting on the floor. It's not like the table back at the studio. You gotta make do when there's no space. But this is such like a cool experience. I'm nearly done cutting all the fabric, but it's so cool that in this little art gallery building there is so many creative people, and I'm literally cutting my fabric on the ground, and I can hear like a million conversations around me of just like things that are going on. There's some other creatives in there. I'll put some of their Instagrams on the screen now so you can go check them out. Put a story up a few weeks back, and I've been posting it throughout like the last few weeks of basically like giving out my patterns for free and allowing people to come through and be able to make one of my patterns with me. They can just throw on my YouTube video whilst they make it, or alternatively I can help them along the way. It's less of like a tutorial, but it's more like a workshop where we can all create something together, and that is what Lucas is doing inside, if you've seen him in the back of some of the shots so far. Let's carry on, but I'm so excited for later. We're going to try and find a perfect sunset and then make some clothes in the middle of New York City, which is literally just over there. Right, so Max has just shown up. He's got a very cool Instagram. I'm not going to explain who he is, he can explain who he is, and he does very cool work. You can stage it.
Yes, of course, thank you. My name's Max, otherwise known as Gucci Clone. So I am a self-taught designer. I'm still very new to the game, still just like trying to figure out what I'm doing. But I have found a bit of a love for sashiko, which is Japanese hand stitching for those who don't know. It's a very old and traditional technique, but I kind of sit in this weird cross section. It's like, how do we educate people that aren't familiar with it at all while still being respectful and keeping in mind the tradition and like this like really rich history that it comes from? And so I've actually developed products to like help people like learn it. I actually make stencils, which I just gave some to Jack. Essentially just a wash away stencil, right? So it has a design on it. You just peel it away, put it on like whatever garment you're trying to stitch over, stitch onto it, put your garment in the wash, and it completely disappears. So you have this like really nicely looking repaired garment without having the slop of like making it look like you're an obvious beginner. For me, it really reduces that barrier to entry that's super intimidating for sewing. It's like, as someone who doesn't come from a creative background and wanted to be creative, you kind of hit this crossroad where it's like, how do I take my skills that I know and apply it to something that's like, that I'm kind of interested in, that's intimidating. I see all these wonderful designers, I see people that are incredibly talented from the ground up like Jack, and it's like, how do I become that without like exactly imitating it and kind of meet this like section in between where it's my own thing? And for me, it's like, it's just about learning the fundamentals.
Max has come to join, and we're going to spend the next few days together He's from New York, so pretty much you're going to show me around. Yeah, Max is joining for the next few days, so get used to it.
Should be cool.
There we are. So we had to wrap up really quick, but we're going to go down to a park, hopefully find a table, and then we got dinner later, so we're going to carry on tomorrow. But pretty much, yeah, it's kind of jumped from Max speaking to we're going to go do some cool shit.
What's the most portable table that you can possibly get? The worst thing that happens is someone will be like, put it back. Yeah. We're not going to get arrested for
bringing a table, yeah. We're going to go try and take a table. Okay, yeah, we'll take it back. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate you understanding. Oh yeah, so close.
Make clothes all over the world, you know what I mean? Go and watch their video and like really take it.
Screen where I could type in like Jack into it to make every stitch say Jack.
Really? So I've just packed away my sewing machine and this view is incredible. Me, Max and Sam are going to go for dinner now with all the others from the event today. I managed to stitch one line, but at least I got a little video of stitching that one line. Tomorrow I'm going to do a little sewing workshop in the Nouns sort of like gallery that we're in. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I'm obviously going to film the whole thing. Tomorrow evening / the next full day I'm going to really crunch in on this jacket and get it finished, but for now, touch back with you guys tomorrow morning. See you in a bit. So last night I kind of got a bit too lost in the conversation with Max. I kind of just didn't really sew too much. I only got like one line of the jacket done, but we are back at the art gallery today, and today is the day that more people are showing up, hopefully to be able to make clothing. Like I said yesterday, I put a story up on my Instagram, basically invited people to come through and sort of just get involved with what I was doing here in Noun. And hopefully throughout the day, like 12 PM, 1 PM, more people are going to turn up, bring the patterns that I've already sent them to print out. And throughout the day, you'll just get a look into people trying these patterns, cutting all the pages out and just going for it really, yeah. And yeah, Lucas is here from yesterday and he is making the duffel bag / side bag pattern. Let's just make some clothes. Calico stuff we were talking about. It's like a Renaissance image, but I've added New York into it, and then I've also put glasses that are like a staple of Nouns brand, so it's like a collaboration piece. And at the end, I have to get it pre-printed in England, so wherever I'm going, I just take it with me. But I just wanted to say how like cool it is. Lucas just left, but Nikki and Charlie have just arrived. These two other people that are trying the patterns, so I'm just filming them and sort of like helping them where I can. It's just like people coming in and out and sewing, and it's just a cool little small number of people that are from the city just come and get creative. I think it's a really cool sort of outcome. So yeah, I'm just going to keep filming. So to be honest, I didn't really film too much of the day. I kind of got like lost in the conversations with a bunch of you guys, like the people that turned up today. So it was amazing meeting some people in real life from a totally different country that we can connect over clothing and just talk stitching and making clothes. I think there's something like incredibly beautiful about that. Just come down to a park, it's golden hour. We're in Williamsburg. We've got the skyline of Manhattan behind. This is absolutely insane. So I'm gonna stitch some bits together on the jacket. I'm gonna make the hood and try and just get a bit of the shell done. Tomorrow we're gonna go out in the day and just do a whole day of sewing tomorrow. I'll show you all the process. Let's see how much we can get done today, and yeah, let's get to sewing. We kind of arrived a little late, it was getting dark. That's that. I did a little bit of the hood, I did the pockets, I folded all the pockets and I did all the flaps for the pockets, and this view is absolutely incredible. I keep needing to pinch myself that I'm in New York City because it looks absolutely insane. It's too dark to sew now. I'm going to soak in this view a bit longer. It's absolutely amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, Post Jack here. Basically, I decided to turn this whole New York experience into a two-part video instead. So I didn't actually outro it when I was in New York, but I'm outroing it now from my studio. I'm back home. Pretty much part 2 is very, very exciting. I am sewing all around the city. It's where I construct the jacket that I came to New York to make. So please stay tuned. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for watching part 1. As I always say in my videos, if you want to join my journey, subscribe, like, do all them things, and I will catch you next week for part 2.